The 2026 Renegade Explorer brings a fresh round of updates to one of the most capable luxury motor coaches on the market. In this video, we'll walk you through what's new, what's improved, and why the Explorer continues to set the standard for performance and comfort.
The Explorer is one of the upper echelon coaches in this Super C industry. For Renegade, I call it's a part of the big three. So you have the Renegade Explorer, the Classic, and the XL. And a lot of you know the Classic or the XL. Think of this as a baby XL, or an XL that's single rear axle. This coach is so popular, so much so I should tell you that we can't even get our hands on these. This one's actually sold already. Whenever we get them, they seem to just sell as soon as they get on the lot. And part of that reason is because they accomplish two things. High performance, high power on our Freightliner Cascadia chassis, which I'll get into later. Plus, they max out at 40 foot in length, which is really popular for national parks, and then single rear axle and 20,000 pound towing capacity. Those things right there are 100% why the Explorer is so successful. It's more maneuverable, it's more powerful, and the amenities inside, it is a top-tiered luxury performance motor coach. For 26 is just what I would call quality of life improvements and a couple exciting changes. The biggest change I would tell you is that there's a new floor plan. It's called the 40 EBH, which is the 40-foot Explorer bunkhouse model. So now there's three floor plans available. The 40 ERB behind me, the 38-foot EMB, which is a mid bath, and then now, of course, the new bunkhouse floor plan. Super excited to offer that to our customers, and we have some on order. Next biggest change is a new chassis is available. The Peterbilt 567 chassis with the Cummins X15 engine. Couldn't be more excited to offer the Peterbilt on the Explorer. One of the biggest reasons we couldn't offer the Peterbilt is because Renegade didn't offer an aerodynamic front cap for the Explorer with the Peterbilt. Now they have that. So the chassis that was really exclusive to the Classic only is now available on the Explorer. And it's important to remember that Explorer only comes with this aerodynamic cap, no front bunk over cap. So if you were looking at a Peterbilt, you used to think I could only get it with a bunk over. Now I can get it with an aero cap, and we do have one on order. Call us and we'll tell you a little bit more about it. Two new exterior color options, single paint color. Atlas LR, which is a greenish gray, and then we have Mojave, which is more of a sand color. There's an all-new cabinet option called Essence White, and that's for those of you that are looking for a more modernized cabinet configuration. It's an Essence White, so it's painted white instead of a traditional stain. We're excited to offer that for a more contemporary design. From there, you have just a lot of things that were optional from 25 that are now standard, such as the Starlink. That was option, now it's just standard because everybody just wants Starlink now. There's a lot of other little things, but nothing major life-changing things that we need to discuss in this video. For 2026, they've taken everything that was great about 25, refreshed it a little bit, but you're getting the same great Explorer. The Explorer is built on two chassis now. The Freightliner Cascadia 116, and now optional with the Peterbilt 567, which I mentioned earlier. The Cascadia 116 is a premium offering from us at IWS, and so is the Peterbilt. But today we're just gonna focus a little bit more on the Cascadia. This is 525 horsepower, 1850 foot-pounds of torque. This has the Detroit 13-liter engine, the DD13. We've also mated it with the DT12 automated manual transmission, so it's a 12-speed transmission. This is 100% if those of you that are looking for a powerful coach that has great towing performance, this is the coach for you. I wouldn't look at anything below Explorer because I think most people that are driving enthusiasts or that just want a no excuse chassis, this is the one for you, the Cascadia. It also has a lot of the collision mitigation features we love, such as adaptive cruise control, lane departure warning, adaptive brake assist, and it has a very, very nice interior inside for the seats and the whole cockpit area. Cascadia is our premium option. We have more videos that really go in depth about the Cascadia. And as a reminder, this has a 20,000 pound towing capacity, which is great for if you want to tow a stacker, but a lot of you are just towing a Jeep or a Bronco, an F-150, or an ATC car trailer from IWS. This thing will knock its socks off, 75 miles an hour up a 7% grade, AC in your face all day long, 8 hours a day. This thing can handle it. I'm gonna do a quick walk around of the exterior of the Explorer, and reminder, this is the 40 ERB model. So the 38 EMB is just a little bit shorter. The 40 EBH is gonna be similar on the outside, but I'm just gonna go through compartment to compartment, talk about the features on it, and we're just gonna give you a really, really quick overview of everything. Here, just wanna talk about, this is the fuel tank area and the DEF. So this is 120 gallons of fuel, and we got 13 gallons of DEF. A lot of people ask me, what's the fuel economy on this? I would tell you, realistically, 6 to 7 miles per gallon. That's if you're going towing. If you're going uphill, downhill, turned off in neutral, it just gets 7 miles an hour all day long, or 7 miles per gallon, I should say. This is our battery bay. The Explorer comes standard with 2 of these Dragonfly lithium batteries. On the 40 footers, we put the maximum amount you can put in here, and that's 4 of these Dragonfly batteries, which gets you well over 1,000 amp hours of lithium battery. I wouldn't order an Explorer without the maximum amount of lithium, because when you're spending this much, you might as well get the most amount of power. In here, this is gonna be where your Victron energy systems are. This is a very advanced lithium system. This also comes with 2 3,000 watt inverters. That's an option. And one of these is wired to the center air conditioner, which I think is my favorite option on the Explorer, because I love going down the road or when I'm at a stop, not having to start my generator to run at least one air conditioner. Or if it's really hot at a racetrack and there's generators running and there's no power, and there's quiet time generally, I love being able to run the AC like at 10 o'clock at night just for a couple hours, because oftentimes, like in Idaho, it'll stay in the summer 100 degrees, 90 degrees up till 10 or 11 o'clock at night. These compartments are not that interesting because they're where your black and gray tanks are, but what is interesting is our macerator hose right here. This now is standard on the Explorer. This is a premium coach, so it comes standard with a lot of the premium features like our macerator hose. I have more videos that talk a lot about this, but trust me, this is something you want to have on your motorhome. Water management bay, it's been the same for a lot of years, but what's new for 26 is we have a black and gray tank. Valves are now electrically operated instead with a pull. So Renegade's just really upping their game in this luxury motor coach world, and that is something you used to only see on really, really high-end coaches, and that fits with the Explorer. In this compartment, you're gonna see on all Renegades behind the rear axle is our Cummins 8,000 watt own-in generator. This is a diesel generator, of course. This is perfectly sized for the motorhome. It'll completely replace your 50 amp shore cord when you're boondocking, be able to run both air conditioners full blast, be able to run the entire coach and keep up with the systems. This generator is really high end. I believe to replace it, it's around $12,000. So this thing's designed to run for thousands and thousands of hours. In this bay, we have our 50 amp shore cord on a 36-foot power reel. And then we have a built-in surge guard protector and transfer switch. We have 110 outlets in here. This is just a nice compartment for you to be able to put things in here like a surge protector if you want an external one, or just anything else that you need. Moving to the back of the Explorer, and we're gonna go ahead and look all the way up top here. Renegade's done a great job of the whole design of the Explorer. I think it's for people that want to have something in their driveway that looks badass. The Explorer does just that. Starting with this rear fiberglass cap, there's almost a built-in spoiler at the top, the paint scheme, and then just all the cuts and the lines built into this cap. Integrated with the top of the coach, I think just finish the look entirely of the Explorer. I'm gonna point at that big scene light at the top. That's actually an option on the Explorer that was not available. We love having 5 of these scene lights around the coach. So 1 back here, 2 on the passenger side and 2 on the driver's side. So at night you can light up the whole perimeter of the coach. Or if I'm hooking up my tow vehicle a little bit early in the morning while I'm waiting for everyone to get up, I can turn that light on and be able to see. We know a lot of you are gonna boondock with the Explorer, and a lot of you go to racetracks like the Ciccarelli family does. So we put on a Genturi exhaust mount in here. This is exclusive to IWS, that mount up there. We put these 2 mounts here. A Genturi exhaust plugs right into your generator exhaust port right here, and then it tubes up the exhaust to go out the top of your motorhome rather than the exhaust from the generator kind of pulling up here. If you're thinking of just hundreds of motor coaches in a race pit area, everyone's running their generators. Genturi exhaust is oftentimes required. So we knew Explorer is a perfect candidate to get that Genturi exhaust. Moving down, I'm just gonna mention again about the hitch. This is a Gen Y hitch. We love the Gen Y hitch system. This is overbuilt for the coach, 20,000 pounds. We also are prepped for electric trailer brakes, which is built into the Cascadia. If your trailer has a backup camera, we have a port for that as well, for you to be able to switch from your hitch camera all the way to your trailer camera in the back with this plug-in right here. Moving to the curb side of the motor coach. This is a little bit more about where your storage is going to be, so maybe a little more interesting for some of you. In here is just a nice compartment for small things. We also have central vacuum on the Explorer, and you can access the bag and everything right here. This is where you would dump it out, and you can actually plug in your hose to be able to vacuum out your compartments. This is a great big storage area. We actually have our Genturi exhaust stored right here right now. And I'm gonna point out too, we optioned this coach to have bedline material in lieu of carpet. So this is a really tough material. This is gonna last the entire life of the coach. You don't have to worry about rusting or things like that. We love having the bedline material in an Explorer. In this bay, you're gonna see the AquaHot 450D, which is your hydronic heating system, which doubles as your hot water and your furnace. So on-demand tankless water system. This is a premium feature and option. It's standard on the Explorer. This is an all-electric coach, so no propane on board. We love having the AquaHot. These 2 big compartments here are actually combined. This really opens up the versatility of your storage bays. Hello. This is where you could store fishing rods, skis. Our friend Jim from Washington, he stores his skis in here full times in the winter with one of these. Perfect spot for those of you that love skiing or have rifles or some long compartments. Love that from Explorer now. On this side of the coach, we're gonna also have our roof-mounted Girard awning, which goes almost the full length of the coach. It's gonna cover a vast majority of it. I would say about 36 foot of it. And it's a 2-stage awning. It's a premium awning that has a motion sensor built into it. So if I leave the awning open and I go fishing, wind picks up while I'm gone, awning's gonna come right in. No problem. And it's going to go over this big kitchen slide out right here as well. That's gonna cover it for the chassis and the exterior walkthrough. Let's go ahead and take a look inside. Okay, here we are inside the Explorer 40 ERB. We gotta start with the slides in, as I know how important that is to us and our customers. So demonstrate it. Both slides are in the front, both slides are in the back. I have a full walkway here so I can access my dinette. I can access my fridge here, no problem, right? Which is actually kind of nice on the Explorer. This is all the way up front, so it's right near you, near the passenger seat, so grabbing a drink is no problem. I can still access my kitchen. Maybe the most important thing is being able to access the bathroom, which is, of course, no problem. And if you wanted to take a nap while going down the road, you could do that here as well. So full access to everything. I can even access one wardrobe. So plenty of things to access while the coach is slid in. And if you stop at like a Flying J overnight, easy to sleep in without having to open up the entire coach. Let's go ahead and open this thing up and really show what it's all about. Now we have all the slides slid out on the Explorer, and I just want to talk about initial impressions. I think first obvious one is just how large this lives. We have a great big floor opening. This coach starts at $591,000 MSRP. So when you're spending that kind of money, you want to just, when you walk in, feel relaxed and feel like you bought something that was worth that price tag. And I think Renegade knocked it out of the park. One thing with Renegade is that they have all handmade, all Amish craftsman maple wood. So this is all real wood, dovetail construction, real porcelain tile flooring. The coach is quiet inside, nice finishes everywhere. Everything just feels wrapped. Everything feels complete. With the Explorer, it really does feel like that premium motor coach that you would expect at the price point. Moving on to just a little bit more about the Explorer floor plan in general, this is another reminder is the ERB, the 40-foot floor plan. And it's our most popular for a couple of reasons. I think mostly because of the front end area, how big it is, but this kitchen area really sells it because you're mixing in your living space and your kitchen, and it just gives you a large counter space. This is just a humongous slide out that gives you a ton of versatility. I want to point out on the Explorer, it used to be a give and take. So you used to have to pick a fireplace and then you would lose storage. Or if you picked storage, you didn't get a nice fireplace. Renegade's fixed all that, and this is now standard. This is now standard where you get a fireplace and storage. So completely improved this entire thing. For those of you that wanted a fireplace, you can now get it standard and not have to make a sacrifice as far as storage goes. Moving along here, we have a nice premium TV from Samsung, and opposed to the theater seats over here. I mentioned it earlier, but these are an upgraded seat for 26. They are powered still, but one of the nicest things about them is they now have power head tilting features. So I got my head tilt here. I have USB ports in here, and then they have these nice little tray tables here for you to have a meal or have a cocktail sitting here, cup holders. I have this area here. If I am traveling with people, there's also 2 seat belts. These are definitely our most preferred choice in the Explorer for any of the floor plans really is the theater seating. We know that the Explorer is going to be primarily a couples coach unless you get the bunkhouse floor plan now. But like this floor plan in particular really lives more comfortably with 2 people, with the occasional grandkid sleeping on the dinette or doing an air mattress. But we know a lot of you are going to be you and a partner. These seats are just 100% the way to go. I want to talk about windows in the Explorer. Number one, they come standard with power window shades that are on a remote control here in the front area. But I think the windows are great because you want to experience this coach to the fullest. And like when I'm sitting in my theater seats or I'm at my dinette, there's just a ton of open area. Right now we're sitting next to these pine trees here, and all the windows on this side of the coach are vented, so I can get some nice airflow in here, get a cool mountain breeze. But my favorite window may be over here back in the kitchen area. And I was telling Tim, our video guy, this the other day. We were in a coach that we took on trade that didn't have a window at the kitchen, and it can feel really claustrophobic. Well, Renegade has made this window here standard, and it's a little window, but it makes all the difference, especially when I'm sitting here or when I'm cooking or washing dishes right here, to be able to see out the side of my campsite. It really opens up this already big coach, but I can tell you without a window here, it's just something left to be desired. Okay, before we move on to the back, I just wanted to point out a couple of the color schemes here, just so that if you're looking at ordering a coach like this, you kind of knew, hey, if you call me, you can say, hey, Ben, I want what's in the video. So starting with the cabinets, these are the Lakewood stain cabinets, and there's now 5 cabinets to choose from color-wise. There is Lakewood, there is dark truffle, which is a really dark brown color. There's now Essence White, which I told you about earlier. That's an all white scheme. There is Rockport, which is a more of a gray tone. And then finally we have Cape Cod. So lots of colors to choose from. Lakewood is one of our most popular choices, I think, because I would say it's a really safe choice. It fits most everybody's likes. There's 3 interior furniture packages to choose from as far as the color goes. In those packages, it determines what color of floor you get, color of furniture, and countertops. This is called the Everest interior package, which gets you, kind of this, I would call it a, kind of more of a beige or a tan scheme, which I think goes well with the Lakewood. And then we get the porcelain tile floor here. An option is the electric heated tile floor, and we always put that on Explorer. You got to do electric tile floor. It makes all the difference in the world. We're in the back bedroom area of the Explorer, and we have a, kind of a his and hers wardrobe setup. I love having the countertop here with a window, again for extra visibility, but I love being able to throw my wallet, keys, or if my wife's purse. All these things are just a nice place to set at the end of the night. Built-in TV. We have connectivity as well back here, so if you wanted to plug an Apple TV or a Roku device, and then your Starlink can connect to this, so tons of way to stay connected back here in the back bedroom. Moving around to the other side here, we're gonna have what we call a RV king bed that sits right here. So it's a nice sized bed. We have built-in nightstands, 110 outlets here, a little cubby hole here. Just nice for both of you to have a place to set things at night. We have reading lights, and then we also have vented windows here in the back, so you can get a little extra ventilation. And then we have storage above your head here as well. We've also integrated a ceiling fan here, which is just a really nice touch. So lots of things going on in this smaller area. Okay, we are in the back bathroom, so the rear bath area, and there's a lot to point out here. For 26 and 25, they've rearranged where the toilet is to give you just a little bit more leg room. So it's kind of at an angle here where I can stretch out a little bit more. Here is where our washer and dryer cabinet is, and it's a little bit unique, and that's how the door opens on both of these here. So I can access my washer and dryer. I love the unique door setup there. Sitting here is your medicine cabinet and vanity area. We have adjustable shelving here. And then I love that they put 2 outlets here. A lot of people only put 1, but that's good for hair dryers, 2 electric toothbrushes. Moving on into the shower here, I'm gonna point this out because this is a nice new option for some of you that were asking for it for years, which is the Shower Miser hot water system. So no more wasting water while you're waiting for it to warm up. This has a small tank behind it, essentially, that when you turn your hot water on, it'll circulate in the back of it and get that hot before you turn on your water. So it's great at saving water. There's 150 gallons of fresh water in this thing, so you don't have to be super conservative with your water, but man, that'll help really extend the life of this coach while you're boondocking, and also just keep you more comfortable on top of that. I want to talk about technology and connectivity in the Explorer. Here we have our Firefly multiplex system, and there's more of these panels throughout the coach, but this is really your master panel. And this is going to run what I would say 98% of the coach, where I can control my lights, my aqua hot, my temperature controls, my water tanks. Everything is all integrated into this smart system, and including like my slide outs and leveling jacks, what have you. But the coolest thing about this is that it actually has a mobile app that you can see here. And we actually give you an iPad from IWS as part of our Advantage package when you buy from us. And on that iPad, you can connect it to the mobile app. So you can run the entire coach from the iPad or your cell phone. And just a quick plug while I have you about IWS and why you'd want to buy from us is when you get that Advantage package, we're going to have exclusive videos to how to operate your entire motor coach on that. So we're going to give you a full 2 or 3 day delivery experience. You could stay with us for a few nights or more. We're not going to just kick you out down the road. But when you do leave, we're going to have those videos for you so that you're like, hey, what did Ben show me? How do I run the air conditioner again? We have it already built in. Something that no dealer offers besides IWS. So just a quick plug for us on that. Lastly, I'll just talk about just overall connectivity. I've said the word Starlink. You may be new to that. It's a great thing. It's standard on Explorer and everything else on up from here. But that's going to give you satellite internet. It's our most reliable, highest performance internet that we can offer you. So you can go ahead and cut the cord, get away from Dish Network or DirecTV, and you can just go to 100% streaming. It's powerful enough for that. A lot of our customers love it because you can go month to month. So a lot of you I know are going to put your coach away for 4 or 5 months during the winter potentially. So having to pay for Wallies or DVRs and things like that, the Starlink is going to totally change your life, and couldn't be more excited to have it on the Explorer. So we have a lot of videos on the Cascadia. We absolutely are in love with this chassis. But if this is the first time you've ever seen a Super C, or you've ever seen the Cascadia, you're looking to upgrade into something like this, I can tell you just how nice the entire cockpit area is. Number one, we love the winged style dash where, you know, hey, my navigation and my menu system is actually tilted towards the driver. So this is really built for, if you think about it, this truck is for long haul truck drivers, right? That are going thousands of miles a week in something like this. So it has to be comfortable. It's built for you to be able to see. We have upgraded seats here from Renegade, and these are built on the Air Ride system. So we have Air Ride seats from Freightliner, but we have a lot nicer seat instead of just the standard Cascadia seat. We have a integrated, where would be your rear view mirror is where your camera system is, and so that doesn't interrupt your navigation. A lot of coaches have the camera system built into your nav. So when you're going down the road and you turn your blinkers on, or you're trying to look at your tow vehicle behind you, it has to interrupt your nav. That goes away. This is a total control station for you and really elevates the entire driving experience for you in the Cascadia. Well, that's gonna wrap it up for us today. As I said before, this was gonna be a lot quicker video than we normally do, but again, check out the description below if you want a really in-depth tour of Explorer. I hope this gave you all the information you needed to know. I'm gonna just tell you right now that this coach, as equipped, is $631,000 MSRP, and this is as well equipped as you're gonna find. So give us a call, we can tell you what selling price is. We have to honor what we call map pricing, so we can get you a better price than that, but that is just as a reference point what this coach is today. Lead times, I think I mentioned it, and I gotta tell you, this is not a sales tactic. This is just me helping you out understand how popular this particular model is, the Explorer. Right now, I would tell you that if you want to order a coach like this, you're going to be waiting at least 10 to 12 months, depending on the season. So at the time we're making this video, man, like if you called me, I would tell you, you couldn't get this thing until 10 months. So they're really popular. They're in high demand. The reason for how quick this video is, this unit's already sold. They're just hard to get a hold of. So don't wait to call me next summer if you want to drive it next summer. You got to call me now. So my final pitch on that, but I'm just telling you the honest truth of where we're at with these. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope to see you out on the road.